From the outside, it looks almost restrained, a smooth fuselage resting quietly on a private apron, white paint reflecting the morning sun, engines still, windows dark, and yet behind that narrow door exists an environment so precisely engineered that it quietly redefines what altitude feels like. Step inside and the first sensation is not visual, but atmospheric. The subtle hush as the door seals, the pressure stabilizing, the outside world dissolving into layers of acoustic insulation and vibration-dampening architecture designed to turn powerful turbofan engines into a distant murmur. This is not simply a cabin, it is a controlled ecosystem at 40,000 feet, where every surface, every seam, every beam has been calculated to make movement through the sky feel effortless. Over the last decade, ultra-long-range business jets have evolved beyond transportation platforms into airborne living spaces. But what distinguishes ultra-wealth travel is not excess, it is intentional engineering disguised as simplicity. The aisle is wider than you expect, yet nothing feels oversized. Seats are sculpted from lightweight composite frames, layered with high-density foam mapped to distribute pressure across the body during long-haul segments, then wrapped in hand-stitched leather selected not only for texture, but for how it responds to changes in cabin humidity. Even the recline mechanism operates with calibrated resistance, so that movement feels smooth, never mechanical. Cabin altitude is maintained at lower effective levels than conventional commercial aircraft, reducing fatigue in ways passengers rarely articulate but immediately feel. The air is refreshed more frequently, filtered through advanced systems that maintain humidity at a level that protects skin, eyes, and focus. Lighting, meanwhile, is choreographed. Hidden LED arrays along the sidewalls and ceiling panels transition gradually from cool morning tones to warm afternoon ambers, subtly aligning with circadian rhythms as the aircraft crosses time zones. You do not notice the shift, but your body does. And then there is sound, or rather, the absence of it. Engine placement, insulation density, and aerodynamic shaping converge to create a cabin where conversation can remain at a conversational volume even at cruise speed. Silence here is not emptiness, it is insulation from distraction. Tables unfold with balanced hinges engineered to hold steady despite turbulence. Galley layouts are optimized so service flows quietly from rear to forward without interruption, and storage compartments close with magnetic precision rather than audible clicks. Unlike commercial first class, where privacy is designed within the constraints of shared architecture, ultra-wealth cabins are configured around the passenger from the start. Zones replace rows. A lounge area transitions seamlessly into a dining configuration, which later transforms into a fully flat sleeping suite with proper bedding rather than a modified seat. On longer missions, some cabins include dedicated staterooms and private lavatories with full-height ceilings, because standing upright without compromise at altitude changes how the journey feels. Even the windows, larger and strategically positioned, are part of the experience, allowing natural light to flood the interior, reducing the sense of enclosure that once defined flight. And yet, despite the craftsmanship and material richness, veneers matched for grain continuity, brushed metal accents that catch ambient light without glare, carpets woven to absorb vibration, what ultimately defines ultra-wealth travel is the absence of friction. Boarding occurs minutes before departure, routes are optimized for directness rather than hub dependency, and the rhythm of service adapts to the passenger rather than a standardized timetable. From the outside, it is simply a jet departing quietly from a secondary runway. Inside, it is an orchestration of engineering decisions that remove fatigue before it forms. Even turbulence feels different when structural rigidity and advanced flight control systems smooth minor disturbances into gentle shifts rather than abrupt interruptions. The cabin crew move with practiced restraint, aware that true luxury is not performance but anticipation. Glassware is thin yet resilient, designed for both weight efficiency and tactile refinement. Climate zones allow subtle adjustments so one passenger can prefer cooler air while another remains warm. Connectivity systems integrate seamlessly, enabling high-speed data at altitude without the ritual of reconnecting devices every hour. Nothing demands attention, everything supports it. And this is the quiet paradox of ultra-wealth travel. The more sophisticated the engineering, the less visible it becomes. What appears simple is the result of thousands of design iterations, wind tunnel tests, ergonomic studies, and acoustic simulations. It is comfort that has been measured, refined, and remeasured again. Because in this rarefied space, luxury is not about spectacle, it is about control over environment, time, and sensation. As the aircraft begins its descent, cabin lighting gradually brightens to simulate late afternoon sun, preparing the body to re-enter the ground's tempo. There is no abrupt shift, no jarring transition, just a seamless return. The door opens, and the world feels slightly louder, slightly faster than you remember. That difference is the engineering. Comfort is engineered, not accidental. Luxury is quiet. And the best flights are the ones you barely notice. So if you appreciate the unseen design behind extraordinary journeys, welcome aboard Comfort Class.